this road was so long and winding. It was such a hard road, but we couldn't stop once we had started. We were always getting closer. Suddenly it happened. A chance in a lifetime. Now we're gonna take it. We can make it. When you put your heart in it, it can take you anywhere. Who's to say that we can't make it? It's the same dream that we share. Keep on believing. Keep on believing. When you put your heart in it, it can take you anywhere. Who's to say that we can't make it? It's the same dream that we share. When you put your heart in it, it can take you anywhere.
Isang mahalagang ng pamilya ng seguridad nyo, kahit magloan na tayo, TSS. Para pumunta sa fill up iyong mga tao sa loan nyo, iyong seguridad ng TSS. Mga pumunta sa Pilipinas, sa Luzon, Visayas, at Mindanao. Isang pumunta tayo sa loan na puntahan, TSS. Masayang pumunta sa loan. Visit website of tssloan.com.
20 Taga-Raid, 20 Taga-Raid, 20 Taga-Raid. With Hydrate of Taga for released. Taga-Raid, knockout price last. As low as 20 pesos SRP. 20 Taga-Raid, 20 Taga-Raid.
Bagong TGF crackers? Mas pinasarap pa. Mga crackers sa laki kaya naubusin ng cracker, may pasobra pa sa TGF crackers, mas pinasarap palaki, 9 pesos lang. Mag TGF crackers, sopas yung abot kaya ng crackers.
Well. It has been a while, isn't it? How we feeling, everybody? It's yours truly, DJ CEN. Catch me on some of your favorite programs right here on Cool FM. This is your station. This is home.
Mula sa TVH Group of Networks, ito ang inyong himpilan. Ito ang inyong tahanan. Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
October 11. A lot of things have happened today. Welcome aboard to TWC. It's yours truly, DJ CEN. Let's temporarily suspend the introductions. Because this is perhaps something that a lot of people already know by now. Earlier tonight, we have experienced an earthquake here in the nation's capital. It was earlier tonight at the province of Zambales. It was a magnitude 5, and then that was afternoon. That was afternoon. I want to clear that. I want to clear myself. That is around 5 around 5:30 ish, and then at around middle of 6 o'clock, between 6 or 6:30. I By the way, I just woke up, so forgive me with my brain fog. I had to give myself a quick rest as soon as I come back home from my mall duties. But as far as everybody is concerned, there were earthquakes today, and we once again encourage all of you to keep praying so that there will be no tremors. There will be no more tremors that we will be experiencing here in this country. Over the span of 2 weeks, imagine that. Over the span of 2 weeks, we have experienced multiple earthquakes. And we have been dealt with a lot at the moment. And there is really nothing we can do about it. Natural disasters can happen at any time. We can't predict them. Sorry for the temporary gap. I just had to respond right here at the CEN headquarters. But anyways, we can't predict. Um, we can't predict natural disasters. It can happen anytime, wherever you are, and we all have to prepare for it. We all have to brace for it. We will all have to acknowledge the fact that we are disaster prone. So preparedness is and will always be the key to survivability. Because if you're not prepared for disasters like these, then I wish you the best of luck. Because we kept on reminding you to stay resilient. We kept on telling you um, to prepare, and yet you haven't. So no matter how hard we try to keep telling you, you'll just simply ignore it, and that's definitely a problem that you need to fix. Aftershocks are obviously expected, and as far as we know it, um, there were some aftershocks, and I couldn't give you in detail because obviously, again, as I mentioned, I just woke up from my quick rest. So bear with me if I have yet to prepare my equipment here at the moment. Um, this is I was literally rushing. Like I woke up at around quarter to 10. That was around 9:45 ish, and then I started rushing, eating dinner, and then we started this thing. We started the show. So last night, I initially said that the program will start at 10:15. I initially said the program will start at 10:15 today, or tonight rather, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So I'll acknowledge it, and we're starting at our usual time slot. So, while the rest of our colleagues are currently live on our sister station, DSEX, 1026 with by the way, I want to mention this one as well. Congratulations to Geometric and Blue Wave. Their programs are finally merging into one program on DSEX. No, not S, it's Z. So DZEX 1026. I want to clarify that one for all of you. And I also don't know why our Facebook page, facebook.com/TGON Cool FM, I don't know why does it still say on our pinned comments every single time, yo, server, even though the server is now called as Jay's Universe. I mean, I just don't know why. I don't know how to edit such pinned comments. So I have in no clear understanding in mind on how can I edit such comments like these. So let's get straight to the other part of the story, which is obviously Stu Barry's absence. Stu's absence has been way too long, and we acknowledge that thing. to the point where I am now being told by her that she wouldn't return until further notice. So, in the interim, we have made the decision to create a temporary program on her time slot every Saturday afternoons from 12 noon all the way to 2 in the afternoon. This will be called as Fresh Release Saturdays. We will start this thing on October 18 from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Cool FM. Again, this is just a temporary program because we're not even sure when we'll still come back on the station that cares for you, on the station where we always call us home. So, again, lots of uncertainty. And I understand because just like Geometric, who's also busy with his own public school related duties, Stu is also having her own public school duties. Now, there is also, aside from the SPCs that Stu has been training with at her school, the student press conference that she and her team will be fighting, will be representing on behalf of her school. Um, she is also apparently the entire school's president. Let's just say student council president on their school. So that further um, worsens the absence, the very very long absence of Stu. And I also understand that one because you all know how hard it is to be a president of a student council of a school. You have to do what you have to do. You have to take responsibility. You have to represent the entire school, and that's absolutely a pain that everybody would experience when you get nominated and when you get elected as president of a student council. And by the way, Stu said no. She said no on on being nominated for being president. Yet, for no reason at all, her friends decided that they're going to nominate her, even though she doesn't want it. And I'm afraid there is no rule about withdrawing nominations. So she won unanimously because there were no opponent, I believe, if I can remember that conversation correctly. And that kind of worries me because of the burden that she had to face throughout the entire school year, for the rest of the school year for public schools. Imagine that. And I cannot even exactly, precisely, and specifically tell you when will she come back. So we had to adjust. We ourselves had to adjust with her very long absence. Um, and it's very painful that even the very slightest of things we would have to sacrifice. But we had to take action. Um, Personally, if I am going to take my own personal opinion here, if I have to say my personal opinion as vice president and as a very, very high ranking official on this station, I am neutral about this. While I understand that Stu is going to take a very long time, a very hard time for her to come back, I should also accept the mere fact that while she's not coming back with an agreed date, we had to fill in for the meantime. So we cannot live with playing either music automations or even replays of her show. No, that's not gonna sustain Saturday afternoons. So we have to take action. And Stu, she understands it because given her current environment at the moment, given the nature of what she's doing right now, and the pain that she has been experiencing as she had a lot of duties inside school premises. And that's fair. And I wish her well as she embark on perhaps a very, very, um, I should say more about, quote, painful. And uh, that is perhaps the best word I could think of. But nonetheless, she's having a hard time adjusting. So I don't want to add to the burden of it, you know. And I just wanted to keep her reminding about her show about, so I'm just basically the communicator after all, the relayer of information about what's going on with the station. And it reminds me of something I have yet to figure out, what's happening with my school, because here's the thing. I know Terabi is live. I know Terabi's alive and well. I know he's here. Um, Terabi, listen to this. Remember if you're listening right now, all right. If you're listening right now, then good. If you're not listening, that's fine. But if in case you're here, then I'll tell you this. Um, UN was supposed to be not a general program, and when we say general program, we meant it's not necessarily classroom based, fully classroom based, but rather it will be held either on grounds or somewhere else. Um, Initially, it was going to be full on classroom based. However, we were told the fashion show or the presentation of national costumes of each country being represented by each section by choice will push through. They're going to push through with the fashion show. Um, and because of this development, I have been thinking to myself, are we going to air this thing or are we not? But considering that I still have some duties in terms of, how should I say this? The museum, let's just say, because since this is a hybrid program, meaning to say they're both in a general format, which is the fashion show, and classroom based, which is, well, classroom based activity, that means that I have some duty to do as well. So as a result, I have made the decision not to air UN. And as I have mentioned, the next live event broadcast of the most historic collaboration of all time will be on December 2025. Now, I will be confirming this to everybody because a lot of people on the other side of the aisle wanted me to tell or wanted me to clarify things. And now, this is the perfect time for us to tell you about this. The most historic collaboration of all time will be opening its network registration on live events that we will be airing on Cool FM and our verified simulcasters to the Fan-Made Archives Discord server, effective on the next live event broadcast, which is on December 2025. Now, they will get the details. The people at FA will be getting additional details, formal details, full details next month, November 2025. But if you are a member of the wonderful world of the Jace universe, then you should already know how this thing works. So if you're not yet a member, you have to wait for next month. Wow, that's brutal. Imagine that. But that's the process. We have to at least be transparent and we have to be accountable at the same time. We have to keep track. And that's the deal that we had. Now, as of earlier this afternoon, the elect show coverage, which is the election of the junior and senior administrators and junior and senior moderators of this server, has officially surpassed, the coverage itself has officially surpassed the 7-hour broadcast of Hello Pilipinas back in February 2024. No, sorry, February 2025. February 2025. As the most viewed video or most viewed live stream of the official YouTube channel of TGON Entertainment. Now, some of you are questioning me. Will HP regain the position as number one? Well, this is the only thing I can tell you. You will all have to find out on February of next year. You will all have to find out on February of next year because we're planning something big. on February of next year. So brace yourselves. We will start laying out the plans as early as December 2025. Wow, imagine that. We are literally advanced, but you know me. I get to I get to know things that many people doesn't know, and I get to share to them out of respect towards transparency and responsibility. My role is to inform and to educate these people right here on how this thing is going to work, how that thing is going to work. And by the way, the most historic collaboration of all time is still currently looking for sports commentators. So if you wish to be a live sports commentator of our upcoming certain special event that will be held on February of 2026, let me know. Let me know. We can have a casual talk on our DMs, and perhaps we can try to arrange that thing so that I wouldn't be much of a trouble once we at least find a good common deal that we can agree to. Again, we're still looking for sports commentators right here on Cool FM. And we have yet to wait for additional details regarding that one. I mean, it's still way too early. It's still October 2025. Now, um, shout out as well to our viewers and listeners right here on this wonderful station on Cool FM. And I want to mention this one as well. The the booth right here on this station, the booth right here of Cool FM is beside our booth of the station is the booth of DSEGS 1026. So what many people don't know, what they don't know is that I was literally watching. I am not watching my own show. I am watching their show. I am watching their live stream. And I know it's a bit of a delay, but they are on commercial break. They are on commercial break. That's just amazing. Um, it would be very amazing. It would be very amazing if, what if we have a Cool FM raid yet again? Imagine that. I am a risk taker, all right? I am a risk taker. I can do things that can be really unpredictable without anybody knowing. Everybody knows me as an unpredictable person. So, whatever the case, whatever happens here, happens here. Whatever stays here, stays here. So, but I'm not planning that one yet. I am not planning that one yet. You'll just have to wait for the right time. When everybody is in the mood, when everybody is in a good attitude, to say the least, good approach, good emotions, happy lives, to say the least. And the show is back. The show is back on our AM program, on our AM station, and we're still here stuck on TWC. That's just brilliant. They're just having the time of their lives. And as for me, I'm a lonely boy. I'm a lonely boy, and truth hurts. Truth hurts. I'm a very lonely boy. Behind every program is one lonely boy. And guess who that person is? Now, obviously, that's not me. Obviously, that's not me. I don't want to admit. Okay, I don't want to admit. And everybody knows that. Now, if you saw the highlights of Teachers' Day celebration on the student publication page, you might get to see me in a black and white jacket or a sweater, just casually sitting onto the side of the stage, looking as if I was in a completely emotional manner, like the poses are just too distressing for you, too sad for you. Well, that's just me. In summary, that's just me in summary. My poses on those photos from the publication team are just me being relapsing. I had a relapse throughout the event, with the exception of Teachers Day break time. I literally played an entire set during Teachers Day break time, and what they didn't know is that the same set that I played during that particular moment will be played again tomorrow when I once again go outside and party along. Yes, I still have the list. I still have the list of it, the full list of that set to guide me along the way, so I have no problem with adjusting myself. That's just unbelievable. Now, I am still in absolute shock that we didn't felt the earthquake in Zambales earlier tonight or earlier today because we were outside. We were at a mall and we were kind of far. We were kind of far away. We were within the boundary. I shouldn't say the exact location, but we were between in the boundary of Metro Manila and Calabarzon, particularly in the eastern area, the eastern part of Calabarzon. Everybody knows east. Why would I say west? That's a completely different direction. You were talking about the Dolomite Beach. But yes, we didn't feel any shaking at all until I sat down. We were at the second floor. Quick story: we were at the second floor at that time when Ate Tina, one of the best known colleagues here in the station, re- texted to us on this server that Athena has been getting a little dizzy, but it turns out it was an earthquake. And at first I didn't felt it, but as I sat down to give myself a quick break from walking very, very far, I paused down for a bit. And then out of the blue, I could feel a little shaking. That is where we started to get a little worried. We were at the second floor, and we had, as soon as the shaking stopped, we immediately went down, and then we had to go home immediately. By the way, joining with us right now on the program is the one and only Stephen. I am no longer a lonely boy. Stephen, good evening to you.
Congratulations. And by the way, I'm not a lonely boy anymore either. But because last night I enjoyed the fellowship with my new peers at Elevate U Belt. I don't know if my discipleship leaders will found out about this broadcast. I don't know anymore because but right now I was at Recto last night, and we had a wonderful evening of listening to the gospel, and then some fellowship with some comrades right there. However, I only came home at around 11 p.m. and the transportation from Monumento to Valenzuela, it's literally complicated because there are no more buses if it's past 10 p.m. If it's 15 minutes past 10, there are no more buses lined up that time. So I was being forced when I encountered that sheet that goes directly to my area, and I had no choice but to pay 50 pesos for that.
I see.
So I could get home. So I could go home earlier than never.
Fair enough. Wait, what bus were you taking? What transport were you taking? Were you supposed to take?
It's a public bus from Valenzuela, the VTSC.
Oh, I thought it's the love bus. I fondly remember that thing.
I
We
mean,
were literally trying to find that thing.
The cut for the love bus is around 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. and then 5 a.m. to 8 p. 6 a.m. to 9. Sorry, 6 to 9. 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 5 a.m. 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's actually 3 hours. 3 hours of free ride for morning and then evening. Those rush hours.
So it's really so the main priority of the love bus is definitely for Rush RP. That's why I couldn't find the love bus every
Currently,
time. I was not
cur-
informed the schedule.
Currently, the routes are only on Valenzuela to PITX, that's Parañaque, and Valenzuela to Batasan, Quezon City. There's Commonwealth, Tandangsora. I don't know about Pasig. They don't have routes yet for the Love Bus. That's the
No,
only
there's
two.
not.
So far, we'll just wait for the announcement of the Department of Transportation for more updates coming soon to an area near you. Oh wow, some very cinema, very only in cinemas trailer.
Now in
Yeah.
your major highways nationwide. No, sorry.
I wonder.
that's
I wonder if if the love bus could also add up from Venezuela to Pasig City as well, because literally it's hard to deal with the transportation. I need to get onto the bus from Venezuela to Trinoma, and then MRT, and then one jeep to Ortigas. Somewhere in Ortigas, because that's where my church is currently, in Ortigas,
probably
Pasig.
IPI.
It's no, yeah, in IPI and Frontera Verde, if you're familiar with it.
Yeah. Terra Verde, yes. Shortcut. OG shortcut.
At
Terra Verde.
palaging nakikita ni Sen.
Yeah.
Baka mapadaan mo pa ako someday. Oh, by the way,
Oh,
Mamon
yeah.
is taking his OJT at Bridgetown one time. Actually,
nice one.
right now.
Oh. Actually, we do have plans to go to Bridgetown at any time, actually. And it's part of what do we call this? Let's just say a certain celebration that
Field
never
trip.
ends.
Celebration
No.
never ends. Okay.
Field trip. Wow, imagine that.
Field
Let's just
trip.
say, imagine that field trip to Opus Mall. That's just brilliant.
Opus Mall.
I will-
Okay. I haven't got there, honestly.
Yeah, right. The only reason why I really want to go to the reason why I wanted to go to Opus Mall is because they're literally gonna have Dave and Buster's pretty soon. They're opening it soon enough. I don't know if it's already
Oh,
open,
the Love
but they
Bus
do.
wrote. How did you hear those rumors? Oh, rumors.
Well,
Where do
let's
you get
just say
all of them
what rumors?
Where exactly do you hear about the upcoming Love Bus route are in there in Opus Mall? Because it's easy to navigate for me.
I didn't say anything about
going
Love Bus.
C5. Oh, bus.
Just
bus.
I didn't
whatever.
say anything
Sorry,
about Love Bus.
sorry. I'm sorry. I overheard so much about the. Oh, Marcos days.
My
Literal
God.
the Marcos legacy.
Now this is
I'm
what you
over-
call a new society.
Literally the new society, ladies and gentlemen. And meanwhile, I don't care whatever whoever's touching the green grass out there, those pro-Chinese people. They say that I forgot how the current president is called. But I don't care. As long as everything is on track, and the people is pleased for the next 3 years for the second half, then I have no problem. I don't have no problem. I have no problems at all. Wala akong
Same
pake.
here. At the end of the day, as long as we earn money, we are. As long as money is alive and well, that'll do.
Where is the flood control projects? Where are the flood control projects, though? Ah!
My God, this is where your taxes go. This is legitimately where your taxes go. It is now exactly 10:32. We have just received word coming from Volks. This is yet again another. Where is this?
Where
Okay.
exactly?
This is in Southern Leyte. At 9:54 p.m. This is a 4.1. A magnitude 4.1 has struck Southern Leyte
Oh
at
God.
9:54 in the evening. This is earlier tonight, some 30 minutes ago, and that's the only information we have so far. And that's the only earthquake information Fevox has released so far about this. And we're not sure if there will be any aftershocks that we'll be expecting from this as well, since this earthquake information is just general information from the epicenter to the magnitude itself. We'll try to get at least some form of information as soon as we have it. Wow. We still cannot believe that in the
I
span of
forgot to close
two
the
weeks,
first.
in the span of 2 weeks, we have been rattled with way too many tremors. And it's, I mean, the Davao earthquake has something to do with the Philippine Trench, I believe. And now, with the earthquake earlier today in Zambales, which is likely being triggered by the Manila Trench, at least according to FIVOLX. And this is really, really concerning. Not we shouldn't use overwhelming at this point, because this is what do we call this, a pattern at this point, with so many tremors that we've been experiencing for a while now.
Okay, I forgot to place the cap for my super glue because it's the the microphone is already falling off. I need to get a new boom arm. It's crazy.
Is it collapsing?
The microphone is collapsing.
Darn.
I'm literally using temporarily using my charger cable in order to get this mic on.
Mm-hmm. What happened though? Why did it collapse?
Possibly because of constantly turning left and right of the changing positions there and here and there. It's
Ah.
hard to.
Well, that explains it. I mean, I used to have a very, very long microphone.
Microscope. Microscope. Okay.
Wow. I used to really do have a very long handler of the microphone, and then out of the blue, it also collapsed. As it turns out, the bolts were already rusting because it hasn't been used for years. So we had to find at least something else that can at least, well, stabilize the microphone itself. And then out of the blue, the CPU got crashed, and the rest is history. And now I'm stuck with this setting for the rest of the year. Imagine that. And I don't
Dang.
mind. I don't mind, after all, because obviously we're in financial turmoil, and yet I still have to contribute for UN. We don't have much of a choice. Do we really ever have a choice? And I still have to collect taxes for paying for the field trip. Wow, taxes, imagine that. I am now a contractor. Wow, that's amazing. I am now a nepo baby indeed. But really, it's hard to get money these days. You really need to find at least some form or some way to at least keep yourself afloat, and you really need to survive. Really, with all these, given the circumstances, whatever the reason, whatever the cause, and whatever the problem that is, at the end of the day, you need to find a way to get through all your problems, all those situations that you currently have. You really need to, whatever the cost, whether it is legal or illegal, you need to find a way. And that's all I could say, because that's the route that we all have to do at the end of the day. So that's pretty much the hard truth that everybody needs to accept. It's not already raining in here. Unbelievable. Did somebody sang again? Okay, somebody is singing here again. Forgive us, chat. Forgive us for what's going on right now.
We're not.
Somebody
I'm
is
not
singing
here.
right now.
I'm not hearing anything. Luckily, but me.
Well, thank
currently,
God, because
currently,
because their
what's
singer,
currently singing.
the singer
What's
is
currently
drunk.
singing in my head. What's currently singing in my head right now is that one particular uh, song from the newly released Twice album, and, and that is the one from my profile
yeah.
picture.
Me plus you.
No, there's this other one from Geo, and the one the automatic teller machine, and then all the cash that is worth of face cards and everything. All those face
That's
cards.
just brilliant.
And by the way, since they're continuing for the This Is 4 tour, Gio just recently revealed her new costume that was also featured in the Twice 10 album. She's
Wow.
also using that same outfit, and my goodness, I am so speechless.
That's just unbelievable.
Okay, and by the way, allow me to share something, since I don't have I'm practically homeless. I don't have my own show to share my sentiments. but probably on the new music show, which will continue next week. ML48 has after their new Dream Beyond concert that was held in Promenade in Green Hills. They just recently held a concert, or more like a theater show, because they don't have a theater because their previous management sucks. Asaan ang pera, Paulo Kurosawa? Asaan yung mga DVD, mga punyeta? I'm sorry. So yeah.
Where are our taxes?
Where are the taxes?
Where are our taxes? We paid for it and we get nothing from it. Ew, disgusting.
Sayang naman, pero ang boto na lang may nag-leak. Full performance pa na yan, mula lahat yan, mga performances, tas may mga greetings pa, everything. Oh, thank you to whoever leaked. Kaso sabi nga ni I think Sheki, when she was still overall captain before, she warned everyone not to spread the league. Well, by the time that she was under that old management. Okay, so let's get to the real story. So ML48 Dream Beyond recently held their concert, and they have souvenirs, photo cards, and then photo opportunities with the members. Number one, Dana was announced as the very first overall co-captain. Yes, co-captain. More like if you're into the government, that's more like the vice president of the group, of the girl group. She was
about
after 7 damn years. Collective leadership indeed. And yes, the new KLP second gen member, and also a new Quadlips member was present at the event, since Quadlips is already based in the Philippines as well. They're planning to make new albums this year, or probably next year. And for MN Loves who are listening to this right now, if you're a fan of MNL48 or AKB48, they just released 12 fifth generation members, namely Miyaka. She's a former third gen aspirant back during the pandemic, which she couldn't make it, but she made a major comeback as a fifth gen member, official member. And there are some some foreign members, more like Japanese members, are also entering into the group. Yes, for Japanese members joining a Filipino sister group. If you're familiar with AKB, and then eventually a Japanese member. That's the first. And we have Wida. Let me list all these names. Miyaka, Wida, Angel, Jade, Sarina, Riri, Madge, Max, Rene, Elise, Sakura, and Mirai. All of these 12 are being welcomed as members of MNL48 tonight. So congratulations to them. May isang aspirant doon na hinahangaan ko. She's very similar to, the face card is very similar to Bini Maloy. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it. Probably sabi niya babawi daw siya in the future. Di siya nakaabot.
No, that's pretty understandable. Given
So it does
the
happen with
situation.
the idol group auditions. Kasi they don't the previous during the previous the early days of MNL, they have this voting system called the general elections, but because of they just recently relaunched this year, right now they don't have the general elections. Actually, since 2020, during the pandemic, they didn't have the general elections. Probably because of financial constraints. Maybe someday in the future, if the blue group continues to grow, even in the niche ways possible. Kasi bago na uso ang SB19 at saka yung Bini, they're the first group to influence rather as a P-pop group. Nothing can change those facts. Baka may mga away pa ako, may mga na-judge si Meps kayo, baka awayin ako eh.
Oh dear. Oh no. No. Nothing we can really do about that thing.
DJ Sen, magandang gabi from DZEX.
Ginagawa mo?
What
Hello,
are
good
you
evening.
doing here?
Nakikipag lang ko sa inyo dahil may dumating na balita na lumindol daw sa may Tandag,
Oh.
Surigao del Sur. Kamusta kayo dyan? Meron pa kayo mga updates?
Well, this is new. The only one we had was in Southern Leyte.
May
Let
bago
me
daw eh.
go refresh on my end. That's new.
Yung Southern Leyte,
I haven't
meron
had-
kayo-
Buong Mindanao pa talaga.
Tandag daw. Kayo na yun lang. Narinig namin from from our sources coming from Davao and Sultan Kudarat. We also would like to tell you guys na tutok lang kayo sa DZX kung gusto niyo, or kung gusto niyo stay lang kayo dito sa Cool FM. Mag-visit lang ako dito once in a few times. Just to check if meron kayong mga updates kasi may lumindol daw dun sa may Tandag. Yun lang ho, and
naman.
maraming salamat.
By the way, Jeyo, kung since may ay, shaysa naman. Iniwan pa naman ako sa ere kasi, gentlemen, we have a new...
Yes.
Kasi, syempre, dahil all-star ang Cool FM. All-star naman anytime eh. Meron tayong bagong show. Hindi siguro not new already. Kasi because Fresh Release Saturdays is about to happen starting next week. Nangyari na ang mga nakaraang listening party, and we'll make it a program. Kaya kung may mga bagong music ka na you just found out, yung mga bagong release, kahit Bini pa yan, or any P-pop group, let us know, collab tayo. Kasi lahat yan, kahit sino sa mga Cool Jocks pwedeng sumalang sa Fresh Release Saturdays. Ayun.
Sige, maraming salamat po. Ako po ay babalik ng DZEX for our final episode of Storytime.
Ay,
Adios.
good luck, good luck. Adios, adios. Mga kaibigan, yes, we have some good news for our Kalamaus starting next week. Ulitin ko next week na po yan, mga kaibigan. Siyempre, naging successful yung this party ng mga TJ1 artist natin, ang Twice! Woohoo! Yung ipa-plug ko muna bago tayo mag-proceed kay Zen para hindi siya maubusan ng oras. Fresh Release Saturdays is about to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Kung minsan narinig nyo na on the spot na uy, may bagong single si ganito, si ganyan or album at naririnig nyo agad-agad sa Cool FM, and now we'll make it happen. Susulitin namin ang 2 oras ninyo para lahat ng yung from the past 3 to 4 weeks yung mga makakasama namin kayo dito sa Fresh Release Saturdays. Kung minsan ako ang makakasama nyo on air, or could be anyone participating na pwede din create sa playlist. Sana hindi ako mag-isa dito. Ladies and gentlemen, Fresh Release Saturdays will start on October 18, 12 noon on Cool FM. This is your station. This is home. At magandang gabi, just an original user. Oh, Yusen, let's go back to the ano ba bukod pa sa mga kaganapan?
As what Geometric has mentioned earlier, we now have the information coming from Volks regarding the earthquake
Yes.
that has just came in. This is a magnitude 6.2 with a depth of 10 kilometers.
Importante po.
The intensity was at the location or the epicenter is at 22 kilometers northeast of Caguait in Surigao del Sur. The origin of this is tectonic, and intensity 4 has been felt in the city of Davao, and intensity 3 is being felt in the city of Bislig in Surigao del Sur and city of Mati in Davao Oriental. This is a magnitude 6.2. This is still the fresh information coming from Volks. We are awaiting further details as time goes by, but this is the only information we have right here. We will be telling you all the reported intensities and the instrumental intensities as mentioned here on this bulletin. Intensity 4 are also felt in Cabadbaran City in Agusan del Norte, Nabuntoran in Davao de Oro, Hinunangan in Southern Leyte, and the city of Tandag in Surigao del Sur. Intensity 3 is in San Fernando in Bukidnon, city of Digos in Davao del Sur, Abuyog in Leyte, city of Gingog in Misamis Oriental, Malungon in Sarangani, Hinundayan and Silago in Southern Leyte, the city of Surigao in Surigao del Norte, and city of Bislig in Surigao del Sur. Damage and aftershocks are expected at this time, so this is how many? This is how many? How many tremors do we now have within a span of 2 weeks now? This is obviously very worrying. A very worrying pattern that we are looking here at the moment, and this is a terrible sight to see at the moment. How many do we now have since the Cebu earthquake? We have a lot basically to count, and this is very, very terrifying. Now that we all know that the country has been shaken by multiple disasters. First, this is a lot basically. We have since the start, which is the Cebu earthquake last September. That's number 1. Number 2, we have the earthquake in La Union. And then now we have the back-to-back earthquakes in Davao Oriental. And then the earthquake in Isabela, which is the magnitude 4.5. Then the earthquake earlier in Zambales. And then another one in Davao Oriental, and then we also have the 4.1 as we have mentioned earlier in Southern Leyte, and then right now at the Surigao del Sur. So how many so far? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nine
Okay, okay.
major tremors within a span of 2 weeks. And that's just unbelievable. What an unbelievable number we are having here. This is indeed a national tragedy that we are currently looking at the moment. At this point, the word staying safe is becoming more of an overused word at this point. Stay safe, but at what cost? We don't know what will happen. We cannot even guarantee everybody's safety at this point, knowing that things like these can happen over time, anytime, and we can't even predict these. We can't even say when or what time will this happen. So, regardless, we have to stay resilient. Calm yourselves. Fear will only add up to your worries. And obviously, prepare yourselves for the worst. It's
Okay.
always best to prepare,
Okay.
whatever the cost may be.
Okay. So may I speak, guys? To all residents there in the affected region because of the earthquake, please stay safe. Nandito lang po kami para sa inyo. Okay na ako. Okay na ako. I'm done.
Quick and short statement coming from one of our colleagues. Thank you very much. Mr. Efficacent Oil, just an original user. We're back right here on TWC. It is now 6 minutes before the hour of 11 o'clock, and subsequently, Mr. the OG Dr. Grasp, Dr. Segs will be taking over in approximately 6 minutes' time. Well, at this particular moment in time, we will be going religious mode at the moment. We're going religious mode at the moment. If you are on a different religion, then please do join us if this doesn't conflict with your beliefs. Um, if you will give me a moment or two. There it is. Before we leave the airwaves on this program, we'll end we'll end with a religious note. The Oratio Imperata for times of calamities. Almighty Father, we raise our hands to you in gratitude for the wonders of creation of which we are part, for your providence that sustains us in our needs, and for your wisdom that guides the course of the universe. We acknowledge our sins against you and the rest of creation. We have not been good stewards of nature. We have confused your command to subdue the earth. The environment is made to suffer our wrongdoings, and now we reap the harvest of our abuse and indifference. Global warming is upon us. Typhoons, floods, volcanic eruptions, and other calamities occur in increasing number and intensity. We turn to you, our loving Father, and beg forgiveness for our sins. We ask that we, our loved ones, and our hard earned possessions be spared from the threat of calamities, natural and man made. We beseech you to inspire us all to grow into responsible stewards of your creation and generous neighbors to those in need. Amen. This is TWC on Cool FM and on Cool TV. Last few words before we leave the airwaves. Stay safe, keep safe, be safe, and I'll be handing over the floor to the rest of the crew right here on stage if ever they'll have last words before we leave the airwaves tonight.
Okay. Sige, go ahead. Actually, my prayer for this to wrap these things up is Numbers chapter 6, verse 24 to 26. Even in such times like this, where the Lord bless you and keep you, and make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you, and may he turn his face toward you and give you peace. May God be glorified, and to him alone our assurance, not only for protection, but for our true salvation in him. Amen. Oh yeah, I
Thank
think
you
we
very
have
much. Go ahead.
Pre-Apple. Baka, since you're here, good evening. Baka may masabi ka pa. Do you have anything to wrap up tonight?
Wala.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So, last 2 minutes before we leave the airwaves, and I'll be now leaving the vacant time to our next program, which is obviously the one and only Mr. MSA Show, live from his good old Charlie XCX themed bathroom. I don't know why the color is like that one, like the Brat album. I just don't know why, but that's the color of his majestic, magical room, and that's all I would say. It is now exactly less than a minute before 11 o'clock. This is DZYW Cool FM and DZYW Cool TV as we continue the entertainment for you and your family and your friends and throughout the world. We'll be now handing over to our next program right here on the station where we all call it as home. This has been DJ Sen. Of course, be safe. Take care of yourselves, behave yourselves, calm down. Fear will only harm you along the way. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you along the way. Have you and yourselves a peaceful night tonight. Good night.
Only from TG FMA Music.
Huwag putulan dila.
The following radio program may contain suggestive topics that may not be suitable for select audience.
Sorry guys, ako ay nasa CR. Pero magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Wala ako sa laptop eh. So, episode 36 na. Welcome dito sa inyong natutusok ng bayan. Natutusok ng bayan. Ito ang may sasabihin ako. October 11, 2025. Tama. Sabado. Tama naman. Mga pala si MSA. Kasama po natin ang mga cool, ating mga cool DJs ngayon dito. Si Epicent Boy, si Priya Puntomito, Sellers, MSA Certification,